So I wanted to talk about what Twitter meant to me, right? I have a lot of fond feelings of Twitter now, and I never had fond feelings about Twitter before because my original account was in 2009, and it was kind of just like this random assortment of tweets of like me quoting songs, books, me saying something cryptic because I like cryptic things, and for me, I was like, that was fine, right? But then I had a bad breakup. So I deleted my account at some point. I deleted all my social media, my original Instagram, my original Twitter. I saw my Facebook. Facebook is useless, is why. So I deleted everything. And then I was like, all right, I like social media. I keep up with a lot of friends from it. I've maintained friendships. I've made friends from it. And I use it pretty well. It's not bad for my mental health. A lot of people claim it's bad for their mental health. I don't really trust or believe those people all the time. I feel like they're just false attribution error. That's besides the point. The point was I made a new Twitter account, and I made it specifically as an anonymous account first. I had a picture of my name is Lingtolls, which is for linguistics, and tolls was for do not ask for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee. I was like, okay, cool. That's a great name. I don't know if it is a great name, but no complaints. And I did it specifically. Well, I started to tweet about my ex, but in a nice, safe area where she couldn't find it. I was like, cool. This is my account. I don't think she's ever looked at my account at this point still, which is good, right? I stopped tweeting about her. But that's what it meant originally. It was originally meant because I was being a sad boy. That's how it was. And I started getting into culture war stuff, a lot of anti-woke stuff. I'm like, woke stuff is really silly. And some of it still is, right? So I was on that. And then I followed James Lindsay and Roderick Graham. Don't know if that's how you say his last name. And I got close with and Furious Sir, which is another quick. So I'm name dropping right now. These are all people in a story that most of you might not know, or you might know. Depends on how you find this video. If it's through Twitter, you'll know. And I still have a lot of anti-woke opinions still, but I have a lot of woke opinions too. And I think it's always kind of been that way. Like I think when New Atheism went off the handrails, I kind of backed off back in the decade ago, culture wars. So James Lindsay started becoming an asshole. And I was like, it's not great. I mean, I was messaging my friends about it. I was like, why is he an asshole now? I was like, I hope he slows down on that. I was like, I don't want to be considered an asshole. Which is funny, that's a lot of growing up I've done. Because before, when I was younger, I would watch stuff like Community and be like, Jeff is a great person. I want to be just like Jeff. Or I'd watch Scrubs and go, yeah, Dr. Cox is a great person. I want to be just like Dr. Cox. And now my old 27 years of age, I'm like, oh, they're not great people. I don't want to be like them. Which, maybe not good or bad. It's just different. I'm like, I don't want to be like Jeff or Dr. Cox. And that was my version of growing up. So I saw this downward paranoia crazy spiral from James Lindsay. And I started shifting away from more political and cultural discourse on Twitter, and I started making more friends. And I still tweet about cultural stuff, but I try to be really not crazy about it. I try to maintain as much non-craziness as possible because I don't want to go down a crazy audience capture spiral. And you could see it with lots of people who just lost their mind. And I don't know if Twitter caused it. I don't know if it was the audience that caused it. I don't know if there's some trauma that they're going through in their lives that made them go to politics. If it's trauma that caused it, if there's a trauma lens that makes people a little bit crazy about their politics, I feel like I'm safe from that because although I've been traumatized as a kid, as have my siblings, I've always been really chill about it. In middle school, I'd be like, my dad was insane, but he was raised by an insaner person. And his dad's dad was raised by an even more insane person. So really, They had no shot, right? So I was like, I get it. I was like, but I'm smarter and better than them. So I can be chill about it. This was me in like 8th grade ish. My older sister did not have that opinion. She doesn't talk to our dad. She hates him. And like, understandable. That's fair. I mean, most people, I'm the only sibling that consistently talks to either of our parents. My little brothers get in there. But yeah, I mean, Twitter became a place for me to just share and discuss. And I've always been an honest, open person. I like sharing stuff. It's never been a big deal to me. I feel like I have nothing to hide. I like people knowing about me. I like seeing if people will want to relate and talk to me about their own experiences. So I mean, Twitter was great for that, right? Because I have lots of friends in real life, and we talk about stuff, and I'm like, but Twitter gave me an opportunity to expand my circle into even a broader spectrum of people, and it was awesome, right? I got to share all these things about me, and I got to learn a bunch of things about other people, and that's kind of what Twitter has evolved into for me. And like, I mean, a lot of this stuff about like with culture and politics and religion is stuff that is just kind of a springboard to get your conversation with your buddies going now. You know, you find your in-group on Twitter and you're like, all right, these are my guys. I can safely dunk on this stuff and get validation from my bros. Or you go into enemy territory. You're like, you know what? Today I feel like going into enemy territory and seeing what my enemy thinks. You know, like LARPing. But like, it's all in good fun. And if it's not, you shouldn't be on it. But yeah, so Twitter for me became a place to connect, to see ideas, and I really do feel like it's actually helped my thinking a lot, because sometimes I want to post a thread of the most inflammatory stuff and just see what people say, and then write a Substack on sincerely responding to every counterpoint. 90% of the stuff you get back in replies is usually garbage. Usually, maybe it's not garbage on purpose. It could be garbage because I misunderstood your point or the context of your point, because, you know, there's only so many characters and you're not like dispensing the context. Usually you're subtweeting about a context. So there's a lot of illegibility involved with that, which is fair. And there's some people who really get it and they really build off your points, and that's awesome. I love those people. You can tell when someone really gets your style of writing, and those are going to be your friends on Twitter. Twitter's not a substitute, obviously, for real life. When I had a job at my camp, I tweeted much less. My engagement dropped a lot. I was getting way less views, which made me sad because I like attention from the internet, like getting lots of views. So, you know, that went way down. But I had real life friends again. So it does feel like, because I'm going to go to Korea soon and work, it feels like when I have a job and friends in real life, other than my sister, that it may, in fact, affect my Twitter quality, which is fine. That's good. That's a positive thing. But I already have my group chat from Twitter, and that's cool. I have permanent, semi-permanent connections. Semi-permanent because everything dies in the end. You know, I feel like implicitly that should just be understood, but sometimes I feel like saying it. So yeah, this is what I got out of Twitter. I got lots of good friends and get to hone my thinking. Or I get to go more crazy depending on your perspective. Thank you.